back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. So usually when you watch homesteading YouTube channels, we creators choose to take you out during the best times, when the sun is shining, when everything is tidy, and when things are just beautiful and like Instagram ready. So I thought it would be a pretty good perspective, like a refreshing perspective for most of us, to take you out for chores on a day where it's raining. It's raining all day. If I can, I will adjust my milking times and my feeding times to try to not be out in the rain, but that doesn't always happen. This is one of those days. Now, you are in waterproof mode now. So if you're used to hearing a certain type of sound on my channel and it sounds a little bit different, it's just because I have my camera set up to not die in the rain. So first things first, I need to weatherproof to the best of my ability my milker. I thought about running the milker out to the barn last night because I knew it was going to be raining today, but I didn't. I knew that I was just going to probably have to truck it back here into the shed in the rain anyway, because this is where I clean it. But we'll just cover up the important bits and get going. You boys high and dry? You look like it. Calamity, you don't have to do this. I'm coming. Come on, let's get out of the rain. Come on. Come on, sweet girl. Good morning. Hello. Apologize for the lighting. On a good day, it's kind of hard to see in our milking parlor because of that shade cloth, and when the sun isn't out, it's even harder to see. But we're not going to be in here very long. Calamity makes a lot of milk, and I like to let her finish her breakfast on the stand. I want her to keep her body condition as well as keep up her milk supply. So while she's finishing up her breakfast, we'll go ahead and feed the boys. I'm gonna put it in the hay rack. You hungry? Hey boys, I'm coming. Goats that are kind of roomed with some chickens, they get fed on the outside of the fence just so the goats can't get to the chicken feed. It's not good for them. I know, I'm coming. You're too big for this fence. Don't break it, please. Good boy. Hang on. You don't have to come out. I'll come to you. Go back underneath the cover. I'll be right back. All right, here I am. Oh. Gonna walk a little bit faster now. This is the last little boy pasture that there is to feed. Gotta hurry. The reason that I wear a hat on rainy days is to protect my glasses, because if I get all these raindrops all over my glasses, I can't see anything. notice that we have a pallet down inside of this shelter. We have put pallets down in all of the shelters out there except for this little lean-to that these big goats are eating out of. And that's because our ground, when it rains really hard, especially if it rains for like a whole week, it's going to be sopping wet. There's not going to be a dry spot even in these shelters for the goats to lay down because it just kind of seeps in. So the pallets in there, it gives them something to get up off of the ground with, and they really seem to enjoy it. Are you done now? The other girls are ready. Elpis here is another goat that I'm gonna leave on the stand longer than it takes to milk her. She is nursing triplets right now, and I really need her to bring up her body condition. She's fine, but I would like her to have a little bit more meat on her bones. So while she's eating, we're gonna feed the inside rabbits. Hey girl. You guys love this weather, don't you? So I noticed that Elpis has a little bit of evidence that she's been scouring on her back end. I have a microscope and I could run a fecal, but we have found that this dewormer, believe it or not, actually works the best on our farm. I know it's hard to believe, but this is the dewormer that our vet recommends. We give 1 ml per 10 pounds for 3 consecutive days. And then I'm not gonna be able to milk her for a week, which is fine. As I mentioned, she's got her triplets on her. They're gonna keep her well drained. This dewormer is also really hard to overdose on. Elpis actually had meningeal worm last year, and she was given 6 times that dose that I mentioned before for 5 consecutive days, and she bounced right back from that brainworm. It's kind of a miracle. I know. You swallow it. I know, you swallow it. I know, it sucks. Coming down now, but we're nice and dry here in the barn, and it's time for the best part. We gotta feed the girls their grain. Get down! Get down! Get down! Good girl. friend Megan, she just texted me. She goes, I found a farmer hack today. Is if it's the day after hair wash day, wear a shower cap to do chores in the rain so your hair doesn't feel gross all day. So she's taking it one step further than the ball cap. Rachel actually sent me this little air pump that's made for aquariums, and it's got this little attachment that hooks into the end of the hose, so when I'm done cleaning the milk machine, it's gonna blow air through the hose, and the faster that the inside of that hose gets dry, the least likely it is to start to grow anything funny. I do have an acid rinse that I do through the lines, but I only do that once a week, and this little air pump has been awesome. So I have a couple outdoor animals, some grow out rabbits, the chickens, and the pigs that are fed by my kids. And if the rain isn't too bad, the kids will still do their chores. If it's gonna be bad enough, I'll be the one to do it. But I did notice that we're gonna have a break in the rain in a couple hours, and so those guys will get fed then. So for those of you who might wonder, that took me about 2 hours start to finish, and that's with the camera in my hand. Usually it takes me just over an hour, and so I'd say that's not too bad, especially for a rainy day. So with that, I'm gonna call it a wrap. I've got a couple things that I really need to get done today. I'm dealing with some clabber cheese and some cherry tomatoes. There's a lot of both. I actually have a couple videos that showcase exactly what I'm gonna be working on today. Up here is where I make some cottage cheese out of clabber cheese. Really fun and really good. And then down here, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's a video on how we dehydrate our cherry tomatoes.